My name is Ebubae, number one on Top Wap TV, and the show is trends.com. Today they're very special because it don't come different from how we take the drum this past few weeks. You understand? Yet they have a lovely guest with me in the house, and so we will just take a run today's show. I will just gist with her because this one is very unique. She's a unique person, you understand? Yes, so we're going to just have some chit chats with her, and I hope say una go enjoy una self. For trends.com, they always like to bring celebrities, hot gist, new music videos, anything we go share make una know say okay now what's in the trend outside be this. And this person who carry comes today, she did trend on social media based on waiting she did do. Make her not talk too much. I go let you meet my guest and she go do the rest of the introduction by herself. Hello, Grace.
Hello.
Angel, how are you doing?
I'm very fine, thank you.
Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too.
We'll go around this. Hey, your pidgin they good.
Yes, now for sure.
Nice one, because I just say it be language, different language. In fact, introduce yourself. Make them know you well.
My name is Grace Angel. I be polyglot and foreign language tutor.
Nice one.
Thank you.
I beg, for those of them who don't know the meaning of polyglot, tell them what's the meaning.
Okay, polyglot is somebody that is able to speak many languages, meaning to use languages.
All right, nice one.
Thank you.
So it's a pleasure to meet you though.
Thank you.
Because I don't watch some of your videos for your page, and I see say you get one particular language and we say they're very interested in these days. Where as I see you they speak and they switch my best saying, really? That means there is hope for me, you know. The whole Korean language thing that you do. So maybe during the course of the show we'll see how our Korean language is.
For sure.
We cannot go for hand and my hand.
Yeah.
Okay, so how the interest in languages take start?
Okay. That was in my secondary school from Korean dramas.
Oh, nice.
So I was basically just watching the dramas and picking up one or two words from their movies. Okay. So I was like, okay, let me drop the dramas aside and just study, you know, the language itself, not from the dramas. So the language interest started with the movies I was watching back then in the secondary school, yeah.
Nice. I was actually... Okay, so how many languages can you speak very well? Like how many?
There are 8 languages.
8?
Yes.
Name them, please.
Okay. We have Idoma, which is my local language.
Okay.
And there is English. Then the foreign languages are Korean, French, German, Spanish, and then a little bit of Chinese. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Oh, wow. So how long does it take a person to learn a language, like a new language? Like how long do you feel it will take a person? If I want to learn now, how long it will take me?
Well, it depends on the language actually.
Okay.
Even English, like we still learn English every day. So I think the duration mostly is how long it would take somebody to grasp the basics of the language. Maybe a few years, 1 or 2 years. That's if the person is consistent. Because some people pick it up and leave it for months. So if you're consistent with it, you should be able to grab the basic of any language in a year or 2.
In a year or 2, not bad at all. Me say hope still there for me to learn Spanish. Amore, one thing, amore mio should be Italian. I think that's Italian language. We cannot go, they mix them together. Anyway, at what point did you realize that okay, you could speak different languages? My
first language I learned was the Korean language.
Okay.
So after learning it, I was like, okay, I can actually learn, because at some point I was able to watch, you know, the movies without, you know, reading what they're writing. Subtitles. And then I was shocked, like, okay, I can actually learn. So, you know, I just said, okay, why just stop at Korean? Then I expanded to, you know, other languages as well.
Nice, very interesting stuff. Interesting. Okay, so I've been already asked you, see how you take learn these languages, but you don't tell me that from movie. You take learn Korean. The other languages as well?
No, I got the interest from movies, but I actually studied online. You know, they have online websites, online classes. Nice, yes, so I took online classes as well. But from their culture, I see in their movies and stuff was what gave me the interest to, you know, go offline and learn the languages. Yeah.
So how about school? Are you in school at the moment, or are you
No, I'm actually a graduate from Benue State University. Nice. I graduated from Mass Comm department.
I've been want to ask whether na languages you do for school, but
no.
You did Mass Comm.
Yes, I studied Mass Communication.
No wonder your composure, because you're in this line of, you know, doing all these things and everything. Makes sense. Okay, so you did teach these foreign languages to other people, and how you take they make you feel? Say, okay, not only do you know how to speak, you can also teach it to people.
Well, teaching to people has always been like one thing I have always wanted to do, because when I was learning, it was not easy because, you know, all the classes I was able to find online, they usually just kick me out of the class. So I was like, okay, when I learn these languages, I'm going to teach my people. Yeah. So I find it joy when I get, you know, young people say, okay, I want to learn. So when I'm teaching them, I see myself like back then when I was learning, if I had the opportunity for somebody to teach me, it would have been way easier for me because nobody really taught me. I just learned on my own. Yourself. So when I'm teaching other people, I'm glad that, you know, it's easier for them to grasp the idea of any language they want.
That's actually very good though. The fact that if you even learn them yourself, you know, and you do these things yourself is commendable and applaudable. And I'm just amazed because, you know, I just they look you say, the only languages one I speak na Igbo, Yoruba, and which other one I speak? English, of course, and Pidgin English. That's all. That's just all. Nothing spectacular. People go, they say, oh, you know how to speak Igbo and Yoruba. Wow, you're doing well. But see somebody that knows how to speak 8 languages. So you see, I'm not even. I think I'll just go and learn more languages. I can do
You're
it
welcome.
Right. Very good. Like
Thank
your
you.
outfit is Splovik. It's as if you're not only into language, you're also into fashion.
Thank you.
So what inspired this outfit today?
Well, I was just basically going for something casual, but I wasn't sure. So I just put on my t-shirt, you know.
Don't be like all those Korean people.
Thank you.
Yeah, that is also. I want to ask you, let's talk about your skits. We'll just watch some of them finish. So you're not the only teach these foreign languages, which you would have just focused on. You just decided to be unique in your own skit making. You're using other languages to do it. Like, what made you go into skit making?
Okay, so basically the skits is kind of like my own method of practicing, you know, these languages. Because when I'm making skits, I'm speaking these languages. So it's kind of like practicing with myself. And at the same time, you know, people enjoy watching these skits, especially people who are into whatever language I'm speaking.
Yeah, true.
So it's more like, okay, they are watching you speak and then they are picking 1 or 2 words without them having to, you know, maybe go to class. So the skits also helps teach others 1 or 2 words. And also it helps me practice, you know, like speaking and all of that to my listeners on Instagram and Facebook.
Which is good. So we don't only watch these things in movies anymore.
Yes.
Our very own Grace Angel is also helping us out. This Korean language I must learn. Now they laugh me for officer, they speak I'm small because I actually have begun to pick some of the words. But it's not too much. Just a few. Like when my friends at the office are like asking me, these Korean movies, I said, when I go Korea, I don't go lost. I go shop fit chop food.
For sure.
I go fit sleep. You know, chibe kaja, something like let's go home.
Nice.
Say goodbye, you know, I'm hungry. At least I can try small. And it's also from movies I started picking the interest, which is interesting. All right, so watching your skits now also make us like, oh yeah, pick some more of these languages, which are like, okay, nice one. Okay, so of all the languages when you sabi speak, which one be your favorite to actually speak?
The favorite foreign language? That would be Korean.
Korean, actually.
Korean, because that was my first love. That was the first one I've studied. So whenever you ask me to speak any language, I'd first of all start speaking Korean because it's my favorite of all the languages. Because, you know.
All right, so I want to make you do something for me right now before we continue. You go, tell me your name, and where you from come, and your favorite thing to do in Korea. Can you try that?
Definitely.
All right, let's do it.
All right. 안녕하세요. 저는 그레이스 엔젤입니다. 저는 한국어 선생님이고 나이지리아에서 왔습니다. 저는 에부베 같이 인터뷰를 안녕하세요. My favorite thing to do, 저는 그냥 외국 언어를 공부하고 그거 좋겠습니다. I love studying foreign languages.
Nice one. Okay, so you just 감사합니다. Yeah, thank you so much. This is quite interesting. So tell them from beginning of what you talk now. Just tell them all you talk again.
So I said hello, of course. My name is Grace Angel. I'm from Nigeria, and I'm here together with her on this interview. It's nice to see you. And then I said I love learning foreign languages because that's basically what I do with my free time.
That's so good. I was going to ask you what you do in your free time. So it's just languages that you do in your free time. You don't go out. You don't come out.
I go out, but I don't really like going out much. It's something I would rather not do than do. You know,
so rather than go out, just learn new languages.
Just thinking those, yes.
It's interesting, Sha. So you said they're interested in learning more languages, you
yes,
know?
definitely.
Which ones do they look?
Okay, so I recently just moved to Lagos, so I'm looking to start my Yoruba classes.
Okay.
Yes. I have a few friends volunteering to help me, so I'm going to use this year to learn Yoruba.
Right.
And then also for foreign languages, I got a lot of recommendations for languages like Russian and the Arabic languages, because I think I know like 2 Asian languages, so I was really looking to add languages from other continents as well.
Is there any European should be you know German. You said you do German. Yeah, that's good. All right, nice, interesting. Okay, I don't even know if I want to ask Grace again because I'm overwhelmed. It's interesting to meet a polyglot, in case you're not known, a person they speak various languages. Almost the same thing as a multilingual person, like somebody that speaks plenty languages, but they are called polyglots. All right, so I'm with Grace in the studio this beautiful Saturday morning on trends.com, because that's how we roll. Anybody now, if you carry come at any time, if you just carry one person, we say they trend for social media. I don't say Grace a trend for what she they do, which is basically language. So I hope say una they enjoy this one and just keep watching. All right, thank you so much. So moving on, Grace, let's ask you the next questions. All right, so this way they inspire, some of them they watch you from house, some of them they follow you for social media. How does that whole audience you're getting, how does it make you feel?
Well, it makes me feel really special, because honestly, when I even start this language thing, like I didn't know it was something that could actually make people see you like, wow. I was even hiding the fact that I was even studying, because you don't get a lot of people that encourage you to continue doing what you're doing. So whenever I get DMs and messages from young and old people like, okay, I want you to teach me, I want you to teach my children, I'm like, wow, this thing is actually it's working. So it's actually really good and encouraging to get messages from people who want to people say they want to learn languages, they want to do this. So it's actually really encouraging, to be honest.
Interesting. I've been want to ask you, truth, say when you start to learn these languages, you've been feel say good day this beneficial to you?
No, never. Like so when I started, I didn't even know that it was even going to make people even know, when I started it, a lot of people were like, what are you doing with this Chinese language and stuff? So I was basically shy of telling people. But then somewhere along the end of 2019, 2020, people were like, oh wow, more people started seeing me mostly on Instagram. And then when I started getting a lot of ideas and mostly just useful advices from people like, you can do this, you can do that. I'm like, oh really? And then when I started teaching and then seeing the lot of students coming in, I was like, wow, so people are actually interested in learning.
Yes,
so
true. We are.
Yeah, it's it was really an eye-opener that I can even go this far with I basically just started because of my passion for it. But seeing the lot of opportunities that are coming with it, I'm pretty sure I made the best choice.
Nice one.
Thank you.
Keep mask on. You want mask on. Stay somewhere first. Let me do languages. This is more interesting. And it's actually very interesting. You yourself knowing how much you can do, like how genius you can be with these things. I feel say good, just very, very exciting. Okay, all right. So you did tutor, like just online tutoring, or you get school or class where you do?
Well, the school is like in the future plan. For now, I just have like an online platform where I teach, young and old people, private classes and general classes.
Nice one. And they hear old people, because I won't ask you. Say, you get any age limit, but as you're saying old people, I feel like...
I don't really think there is an age limit. Basically, it just depends on the person if they are still interested, because it's just like any language. Once you keep hearing it, you just pick one or two. So I don't think there's any age limit in learning foreign languages.
But at what age you feel say they most appropriate for person to learn language? You're supposed to get like maybe I don't hear them before say get age and we say children they fit peak or something. So what age do you think?
For children, I would say as long as they're able to fully hold conversations in English, because now English we use communicate. And it's always easier for children because they grow with it more than, you know, matured people. So, yeah.
True. Nice one. Okay, all right. So what's be the plans for this year? You they do skits already, so they wonder what's be your plans for the year, because the new year just the start. So what's be some things maybe say you want infused to your language skills and to make everything just do all right?
Yeah, well, one of the plans this year is based on the kind audience we got get and some foreign friends where I plan on doing like a collaboration between foreigners and then their perception of our Nigerian culture. And then the few polyglots we have here in Lagos, you know, like a comparison of cultures, you know, invite the foreign friends, they look at our culture, we look at their culture, and it's kind of like get mixed up, kind of.
Interesting. Okay. All right. So basically, all these things they based on, be centered on your interest. Age is not a barrier. If you learn how to speak other languages at any age, but some of us now just laziness. They make us say, I don't speak English. Exactly. I will start next year. I don't speak English. I know they do it again. So let's watch more clips of Grace Angel. Let's watch more of her videos, because she get very, very interesting videos for her page. And the interesting thing about these videos, we say if you take notes, she dey subtitle them under, so you no go dey lost at all. You better watch and be encouraged. You understand? Yeah. We'll be right back, guys. And we're back. All right. So, interestingly enough, I get more questions to ask Grace this afternoon, especially questions like, I want to know how should they do those subtitles when should they do, whether should they write in these languages also. Do you know how to write in other foreign languages?
Yeah, sure.
Really?
Yes.
So can you write like a full letter to somebody in a different language? What language would you do the best in?
Basically all of them, mostly Korean, and then you know the Spanish and the Germans use the same alphabet as English, so those ones are not really But whenever I'm teaching, I also teach the alphabet in either the Korean and the Chinese, because those are the two special ones. So I read these languages, I also write fluently, you know.
I can't understand those characters, but you read them, but you write.
Yeah, whenever I'm writing, you know, Hangul, the Korean alphabet, or the Chinese characters, people look at me like, what are you drawing? I'm like, I'm not drawing, this is their alphabet, so yeah.
That is very, very funny, but interesting. Okay, nice one. All right, so, okay, I don't ask you this, what you do for your spare time question. You they do skits right now, and they wonder, you get any celebrity where they hope say you go fit work with? Probably you go teach them, you know, the language, ask them questions, or you go they even go converse for language. Is there any celebrity you're looking to work with in that sense? And be patient enough to teach the person whatever language you want to converse in.
Okay, I always had this fantasy of teaching Don Jazzy. Because yes, he's been one big support to, you know, us in this industry. He's always, you know, putting out our content. So yeah, Don Jazzy, Brother Shaggy, those are the two people.
Brother Shaggy.
Brother Shaggy, yes. I feel like he's going to be really funny with all
this. He will be very funny with it. So when we talk about your family, like your parents and your siblings, how do they perceive all of this? They give you the answer, of course, which parent are going, but anyway, I say ask you, because if you see they weird, say sometimes you go just come, they speak other language. Do you practice with them? And
I practice with my younger brother.
Okay.
My mom, my dad, my elder sister, they are both really big support to me.
Okay.
When I started, they didn't really understand it at first, but you know, with the lights coming in, they have been like my strongest fans, backbones. And then sometimes at home, I'll be speaking like to my younger brother, I'll tell him something in whatever language, and then when he's doing it, my mom will be looking at, did you understand what she said? And he's like, yeah. So my younger brother is more like the person coming after me. Whenever I'm with him, my spare time, I try to teach him one or two things, because I feel like at his age, if he really picks up, he can do better, he can have more opportunities, because I realized late that this thing is actually something that can give you doors, job opportunities and all of that. So I really, if he has the interest, I really wish, you know, to teach him more. So yeah, my parents, my siblings, they are really big support. Nice. I basically just do everything for them.
That's good. Interesting. All right, so these languages where you sabi speak, suppose they also ignite your interest in probably visiting some of these countries.
Yes.
Which country you they look forward to visit the most? Not tell me Korea, babe. I don't hear. I don't hear Korea. Okay, so Korea. Why Korea though? Is it just because you don't speak the language or you like the people?
I basically just like their culture.
Okay.
And their food. Their food from their drama. Yeah. So if I had the opportunity, I'd visit Korea and Spain. Those are my two love countries.
I don't like that you're doing like me. It's the only thing that we're using to be different now is this language you know how to speak. Normally, the two countries I've always wanted to know. Okay, first country I wanted to always visit was Spain. Then I can't begin watch all this Korean movie, I can't say, okay, I think I'll go here, but I still leave me home. I go tell and say, my guy, sarangye, opa, sarangye. Opa sarangye. And he'll be like, oh, nice, you can speak my language. Let's get married. That kind of it.
Oh, wow. I like your dreams.
My dreams are big.
Yeah.
Very big. All right. So, which of this Korean meal you look for? Why just they ask you because you watch their movies and you told me so. So these things are bringing more questions. Which of their food you think you are dying to try the most?
Ramen.
Ramen.
Tteokbokki. Because I like spicy food.
Really?
And then all these their rice cakes and all of that.
You want to try everything?
It looks delicious on the movies, so I'm not really sure.
You look chubby. You look like you will be a foodie.
Yes, I am.
Interesting. Yeah. So if you go there, you could definitely want to try almost all the next one. It's very, very interesting. And I feel this language when you sabi speak, could definitely they give you this edge and advantage, which is actually very. So how do you feel like being able to speak other languages? Like you feel like you can just sell people and just
it reminded me of one time I was on this app. You get to meet people from
okay.
So I was talking to this Korean guy.
Yeah.
So he started speaking English and then I was speaking English. And then he got lost in the English and couldn't really continue the conversation in English.
Yeah.
And I just said in Korea, I was like, just speak English. Sorry, just speak Korean. And he was like,
are you not African?
And he was like, what country am I from? I said, Nigeria. He said, it's a lie. That I'm Korean.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm not mixed. He said no. Because when we continued the conversation in Korean, he was basically just shocked that I think mostly because a black person is speaking. I don't think foreigners would be surprised when a white person is speaking. But when a black person is speaking their language, they are usually shocked and start asking you questions like where you're from and all of that. So yeah, thanks to this language, I've made a lot of foreign friends that I'm hoping to meet, when I go to these countries.
Very interesting stuff. Interesting. All right, so I want to ask you this very interesting question. One, I don't know whether you go think twice before you answer them. Fun question is, will you rather live without your phone for a week or without your knowledge of any other language except English? Which one are you picking? Because you use your phone to do skits and you're using foreign language to oppress us on social media. So which one will you live without for a week?
I think I would drop the phone.
Okay.
Because normally I'm the kind of person that, except maybe my classes, I can basically forget that I have a phone as long as I have, movies on TV and stuff. So, on my own, I speak to myself. I speak a lot in my head. So if I'm not able to sometimes I feel really bored speaking English. Okay. So I either just speak other languages to myself and just drop the phone. As long as I have movies and food, I'm fine.
Movies and food. You see what you talk. She's a foodie, say. All right, so we're going to watch more of your clips, more of your skits. I think you have a few of them. They're not that much, but at least we'll select random ones to watch again, and let's see how that goes. I'm today here with Grace, and she's still looking very lovely. She's looking very lovely. The outfit, especially, let's say, a Korean style, she carry come with us there. We're not minding at all. She's looking Splovik. So I want to ask you, Grace, you go use your foreign language knowledge, take confuse my guy, where they the other side, where they try play us music. I don't know whether you go fit request for song for Korea. You tell us the name of the song you want, obviously. That's the only one that we might hear. We only hear Je m'appelle, c'est français, Abdul Malik's Girl on Me, that type of a thing. So tell us in Korea what song you want us to play for you. Just because this is trends.com and we're looking for trending song though. Make it.
안녕하세요. Which song should I? Okay, 루자 노래는 Dio 노래 알아요? Dio.
You shall hear Diok, yeah?
You know?
You don't just say that Diok Baruga, okay?
Luciano there.
Oh.
Luciano there.
Alright, so me and Grace go do something very interesting right now. Before she go just tell Una goodbye and we go because we don't really try with Una today. I go talk some things one know for Korea, then she go definitely, she can even use complete sentence, maybe she go use inside sentence, or she go just tell Una the meaning of what I talk anyhow where it go be. Okay, so let's see how I go. Let's see how I do. You should wish me luck. Make I not go, you know, fools for this matter what they go into. So, all right. So, chai mute chon, bian.
Okay, I think the first one you wanted to say is 잘못했습니다.
Okay.
So 잘못했습니다, like when you do person something, you want to say sorry, not my fault.
Okay.
Then you say 잘못했습니다. And then bian, like sorry.
Okay.
Your friends is like sorry. So,
very nice one. Kumao, Grace.
Kumao, thank you.
Kumao, hey, what I go talk say? I want to see you again later. Hey, how did TikTok this? I'll see you later. Chai, and don't forget. Can you imagine?
I help you.
Help me, please.
Okay, like a lot of ways you can say it. You can say tomanayo, like see you again, tomanayo. Okay. Or if the person is there, you can just say annyeong.
Annyeonghaseyo. That's which
annyeonghaseyo is like hello.
Hello.
So the annyeong can be like bye.
Is which one?
Annyeonghaseyo is the same thing with hello, but you use that one with elderly people, like people you have to be very formal with.
All right. Grace, pegupa. Let's go and eat something, you know.
Okay, Lado pegupa.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah,
all right, so before I go tell you they go, just a message to people they watch you right now and to your fans, anyone who you want to.
Okay, well, what I always tell people is you're never too young or too old to learn any language.
Okay.
You know, so as long as you get the passion, now the passion go, because there are a lot of times where you be like, I'm tired, I beg, this thing is too stressful. So it's your passion that basically just keeps you going to, you know, you reach the level where if you meet a French person or a Korean person, you can have like a conversation with the person. And whenever you have your first conversation with the native, there's this joy, be like, I just spoke to a French person, you know. So yeah, just keep learning, keep getting skills, whatever skills you're doing. A lot of people will tell you from the start that you're wasting your time, but when they see you progressing, they'll be like, hey, yeah, we knew we could do it, and stuff like that. So yeah, just keep learning and keep progressing in life.
Keep learning, keep progressing in life. Very interesting way to end the show. Thank you so much, Grace. I really am glad to have met you. It's a good thing. So I wish you success in all your endeavors, especially with learning the Yoruba language. That one I know very well. Yeah, I do very well, and it's actually very simple though. Since you're already done sabi how to learn languages, it's not going to be difficult for you to learn Yoruba. So thank you once again for coming.
Thank you.
This time around, now you go give us song, or go take sign out, or you go help us talk for our own language, because we never keep person. You understand? Now language they try learn, never keep person. Make sure we not go come out in head say which kind wahala I not do again. And they go my house. Okay, so help them select someone with a close show, but in English language. Thank you.
Okay, I would like Irasta and CK Peggy.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. We're leaving until I see you again. Bye. 안녕하세요. 안녕. 감사합니다, everybody.
감사합니다.
Kumawo. Thank you. Bye.